Hi there, so just wanted to do a quick video explaining the Inbody scans that we do here at Barbell. I know that this printout that you get can look a little bit overwhelming, you're not really sure which areas you need to pay attention to, so I just want to break that down for you and hopefully into easy digestible chunks. So at the top we've got a body composition analysis. All right, so this is breaking down what your kind of weight is made up of. Okay, so rather than just having that one number on the scale, we can see that it is broken down into your body fat mass, your lean body mass, and also water as well. So your lean body mass is made up of protein and minerals, so that's kind of your muscles and skeleton. You've got your fat mass, and then you've also got your body water. These numbers in the brackets, so they're kind of your ideal range, the way you would ideally like to be. Next up, we've got the muscle and fat analysis, and this is the area that we normally pay the most attention to. So on here, we've got your total weight in kilograms. We've got your total weight of your skeletal muscle. So these are the muscles that can be grown and developed through exercise. And then we've also got your body fat mass. So this is the amount of body fat that you've got, both on a surface level and internally as well. On the right hand side, you can see that there are a few different shapes that these little bar charts can make. So the example here is a C shape. So generally a C-shaped individual has kind of that shorter muscle mass and larger in comparison to kind of weight and body fat. The I shape, the one in the middle, this person is said to kind of have more of a balanced body composition, so their weight, skeletal muscle mass and fat mass are all in a roughly kind of a straight line. And then D-shaped individual, this person will have a longer bar for their muscle mass in comparison to their weight and body fat, and this is what we tend to deem indicative of kind of an athletic body shape. You can see here the two different colours. So black means that you're under or over, and grey means that you're kind of in that normal range for the average person. Next up, we're going to go down onto the obesity analysis. So this is where it's showing you your BMI and your body fat percentage. Please note that we're more likely to take more notice of the body fat percentage as opposed to a BMI, as we do know that BMI is only your height and your weight. So somebody with potentially a higher muscle mass, it will show them as being obese when in fact they're just a little bit more muscular. So we would more likely take more notice of this body fat percentage at the bottom. So for this person, you can see at 38.6, they're a fair bit over. All right, so even though their BMI has them down as normal, they actually have a lot of body fat that they could do with losing to get into the normal range. Next up, we've got these little men at the bottom. So this is kind of a breakdown of your segmental lean analysis and your fat distribution. So the segmental lean analysis, or both of them, it's breaking your body down into the 5 different segments, so kind of the 2 upper, 2 lower, and then your trunk. So the top number in each segment is the amount that you have of each one, and then the bottom is the percentage in comparison to the kind of average expected amount of lean body mass and of fat mass. So on the left, we can kind of see, we would look at this and just see if there's any kind of major muscle imbalances, not between your left and your right, or potentially, but anywhere between maybe your kind of upper and lower extremities. So for example, if this person is pretty average, but that you may have kind of 110% on your upper, but in your lower, it might be down to 60%. And that would just show that we need to build up the muscles in your legs. Okay. Same kind of for fat analysis or body fat distribution. This is really useful for identifying where you typically carry more of your body fat. So for somebody with kind of, you can see this person here, they carry the majority of their body fat in their trunk. All right, and it kind of goes some way to explaining, those last stubborn parts of body fat which might be last to go. All right, in terms of looking at kind of left in comparison to your right, we're not too bothered if it's kind of a couple of percent out. If it's anywhere upwards of kind of 5-6%, yes, it might be something that we need to look at. But for this person, for example, there's no need for us to kind of worry at all. Over onto the right hand side of your sheet, we're going to look at your weight control. So this is saying kind of what your ideal weight would be for kind of somebody of your height and kind of age. So for this person, they would ideally lose 7.4 kilos of weight, but actually they could do with losing 10.9 kilos of fat and increasing their muscle by 3.5 kilos to bring themselves up into that average range. It's got an obesity evaluation. So like we said before, this person's BMI was normal, but their body fat percentage was very much over. And then at the bottom here, we've got a waist to hip ratio and also your visceral fat level. So your visceral fat level is kind of the fat around your organs, so your internal fat that we can't really see. We want this to be below 10 or as low as possible. Anything above there is kind of verging on the dangerous side. Okay, we obviously want our organs to be nice and healthy and not surrounded by a layer of fat. So that's something that we do look at. Underneath there, you can see it's going to give you the amount of fat-free mass that you have and also your BMR. All right, so your BMR, I've put BMI there, it is BMR. Your BMR is the amount of calories that your body needs to keep going without exercising. So keep blood pumping around your body, breathing, kind of your reproductive organs going. So that is the minimum amount that you need basically just to function. All right, so this is not the amount that you need to eat, all right, because this hasn't taken into account movement or exercise or anything like that. So there is a recommended calorie intake at the bottom, but what we would suggest is that you speak to your coach who will give you a better breakdown or a better calorie amount to go off. But yeah, it's interesting to see how many calories your body needs to literally not do very much. Okay, so there's a lot going on internally. All right, so expected results. So if you've come to us wanting fat loss, this is what we would expect your Inbody to kind of do over time. So we'd expect your weight and your body fat mass to obviously reduce, your skeletal muscle mass to either maintain or it potentially may reduce slightly. But if you're a newbie, we may want that to increase a little bit. Your body fat percentage to also come down, and we would like your shape in the muscle fat analysis to go from a C to an I or an I to a D. If you're coming to us for muscle gain, a very different kind of fat loss, we'll be looking at your weight to potentially gradually increase over time. Your body fat mass, because of this increase in calories going towards growing muscle, your body fat mass may actually increase slightly, but ideally we want it to kind of maintain. Obviously, we'd want your skeletal muscle mass to increase, and then your shape, we would want an I shape to a D shape to maintain your D shape or to make it kind of a bigger D shape. Hopefully that has explained your Inbody scan a little bit more as you kind of go through it with this video. If you need any more help or advice, don't be afraid to kind of ask your coach. That's what we're here for, and we will talk you through it. But hope that helps, and I will see you soon.